Donald Trump just threatened Europe with tariffs and NATO withdrawal. But instead of backing down, the European Union is preparing the most aggressive counter-strategy in its history, and it could permanently break the transatlantic alliance. Here's their plan. For the first time since World War II, Europe is preparing to stand up to the United States, not as a junior partner, but as a rival. Trump's threats of tariffs and abandoning NATO have pushed Brussels past the breaking point, and what they're planning goes way beyond just defensive measures. We're talking about economic warfare, military independence, and something even more radical, transforming the EU into a genuine superpower that can challenge America directly. In this video, we're breaking down the EU's three-pillar counterattack strategy that could reshape global power. Let's dive in. The EU's first weapon is economic retaliation, and they're not playing nice. Brussels has already prepared a detailed target list of American products worth billions. But here's the clever part. They're not just picking random items. They're strategically targeting products from Trump's political base. Kentucky bourbon, slapped with 50% tariffs, devastating a Republican stronghold. Harley-Davidson motorcycles from Wisconsin, another key swing state, another target. Agricultural products from Iowa, Kansas, and Nebraska, all on the list. The EU learned from their first trade war with Trump. You don't just retaliate, you make it politically painful for him at home. But it goes deeper. The European Commission is fast-tracking the EU-Mercosur trade agreement with South America, creating a market of 720 million people that deliberately excludes the US. They're negotiating similar mega deals with India, ASEAN countries, and Africa. The goal? Economic decoupling from America. Make US markets less important to European prosperity so Washington loses its leverage. And here's the nuclear option. The EU is seriously discussing retaliatory sanctions on American tech companies. Imagine if Google, Apple, Amazon, and Meta faced massive fines or even operational bans in Europe's 450 million person market. That's trillions in market value at stake. The message is clear. If Trump wants an economic war, Europe will make it hurt. But Europe knows economic pressure isn't enough. They need real power, military power. This is the big one. Europe is done depending on American protection. The EU is creating an actual European army. Not cooperation, not coordination. A unified military force with a single command structure answerable to Brussels, not individual capitals. Here's what's already happening. Germany just announced a €500 billion defense fund, the largest military investment in European history. They're breaking their own constitutional rules to do it. Factories are being built right now to produce tanks, artillery, and ammunition entirely in Europe. The FCAS program, Future Combat Air System, is Europe's response to American F-35s. France, Germany, and Spain are building a sixth-generation fighter jet with technology that won't have a single American component. No more dependence on US military tech that Washington can cut off whenever they want. European missile defense systems are being deployed independently of NATO. Poland is installing batteries, Germany is expanding its air defense, and France is upgrading its early warning systems, all designed to work without American integration. Here's the most controversial part. France is being pressured to extend its nuclear umbrella across all of Europe. Macron has openly discussed European nuclear deterrence as a replacement for American protection. Imagine a scenario where European nuclear weapons protect Berlin, Warsaw, and Rome, completely independent of Washington. The timeline is aggressive. By 2030, the EU wants the capability to fight a major conventional war without a single American soldier. By 2035, they want to be able to deter Russia and project power globally. This isn't hypothetical. New European defense contractors are hiring tens of thousands of workers. Production lines are opening. Military budgets are doubling. The United States is about to lose its monopoly on Western military power. This is unprecedented in modern history. If you want to stay ahead of how this power shift plays out, smash that subscribe button and turn on notifications. Now let's talk about the most radical plan. Political revolution, the United States of Europe. Here's where it gets absolutely wild. Trump's aggression has revived the dream of true European federalism, and this time it might actually happen. What's being proposed is nothing less than a European superstate. First, a real EU army with centralized command. Not national armies that cooperate, but a single military where a soldier from Portugal takes orders from a European general, not Lisbon. A European Secretary of Defense with actual authority. Second, fiscal union with EU-wide bonds and a common treasury. Brussels would have the power to tax, spend, and borrow independently of member states. This would give Europe the economic firepower to match American stimulus packages and infrastructure spending. Third, ending the veto on foreign policy. Right now, one country like Hungary can block everything. The proposal is qualified majority voting, meaning Europe can act decisively even when some members disagree. Imagine the EU sanctioning China or Russia without needing unanimous consent. Fourth, an elected European president with real executive power, someone who can negotiate as an equal with the US president or China's Xi Jinping. Not a bureaucrat, but a genuine head of state commanding a continent. Fifth, joint intelligence services. A European CIA and NSA, ending dependence on American intelligence sharing. Do you think Europe can actually become independent from America? Drop your prediction in the comments and subscribe for more geopolitical analysis as this unfolds. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.